Have you ever walked into a house and instantly felt unsettled? But there's nothing wrong on paper. The kitchen's great, the floors are clean, and your realtor is smiling a big smile, but every cell in your body is just saying, get out. I'm Adam Stinespring. I'm a realtor here in Lynchburg, Virginia, and after hundreds, if not thousands of home tours with buyers, I can tell you this, that feeling is definitely real, and more importantly, it's probably not random. Today we're diving into the science of why some homes give you the creeps even when nobody's home. We're gonna break down what your brain is actually doing, how home designs can trigger your instincts, and what to do when this happens to you. Let's start with what's really going on inside your head when this is happening. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for danger even when you feel relaxed. People with anxiety have a heightened sense of this, but it's called your sympathetic response, or many people would call it your fight or flight response. In a house, this could look like your heart racing for no reason, your shoulders tightening, maybe you are getting the shivers even though it's 75 degrees in this house. Here's the kicker. Your brain is detecting a threat even before you consciously notice anything. And it's not superstition, it's actually pattern recognition. I had a client once, walked into a beautiful Rivermont home, perfect layout, gorgeous floors, priced well below market value. And they took 2 steps inside, and before they even looked at any of the house, they just said, nope, I gotta get out of here. No explanation, just panic and walk out. We found their dream house a few weeks later. It was great, it was wonderful. But that first house, it sat on the market for almost a year. And I showed it to like 3 or 4 other buyers who had that exact same reaction. So what was their brain seeing that mine, having been in hundreds of houses, had become numb to? Well, let's talk about design, because certain architectural features can actually trigger discomfort. Number 1 is sight lines and blind spots. Your brain wants to know where are the exits, who's around the corner. Houses with tight hallways or blocked views or surprise staircases are definitely gonna stress out your threat detection system. The second one is what we call fishbowl windows. So big windows are honestly great until you're starting to feel like you're being watched. Open layouts with no curtains or maybe a wide street-facing window is definitely gonna make you feel exposed, and your brain interprets exposure as vulnerability and vulnerability as threat. And the third one's actually really interesting. Ceiling height changes. Have you ever walked into a room and actually felt small? Slanted ceilings or abrupt transitions from open to cramped can trigger some spatial discomfort, and you might not be noticing this consciously. And then there's something even deeper that I've actually seen over and over again, and many might call it psychological residue. Some houses feel heavy. They carry stress. Even if they're updated and beautiful, something just feels odd. I once listed a house where the previous owner, who had passed away, struggled with some very real psychological disorders. There was isolation, depression, hoarding, paranoia. And by the time it hit the market, belongings had been cleared out, it was clean, it was a great location, but buyer after buyer would walk through and they just couldn't bring themselves to make an offer. No, it wasn't in the greatest of shape, but that was never the deal breaker. They just said, don't think so. Something about this space made people hesitate. Now, I don't know where you land when it comes to spiritual things, but here's my take. As a Christian, I believe there are powers at work in this world, the greatest one, which is God, but there's also bad. And sometimes what we sense in a space isn't leftover furniture or poor lighting. Maybe it's something deeper and beyond what we can understand. Could be spiritual heaviness. It could be discernment. I'm not saying that every weird vibe in a house means that something dark is happening, but I do think that some spaces need more than just a fresh coat of paint. Maybe they need redemption, just like we do. And that's actually exactly what happened with this house. It took an investor who saw past the heaviness, and they're renovating it from the inside out. Everything, new light, open layout, just warmth in every room. And it's not just updated now, it's actually full of life, which was once in darkness. And what a beautiful allegory for us as believers, that Jesus transforms us from the inside out. Now back to houses. What do we do when this happens? Well, the first thing to do is turn your instincts into active thinking. Walk through and actually notice, are there hidden corners? Is there bad lighting? Is it too closed or exposed? Second thing you could do is maybe stand where your bed would be and close your eyes for 30 seconds and assess how you feel. Are you calm? Are you alert? Your nervous system is probably going to tell you the truth. Number 3, look for patterns. Multiple exits, clear lines of sight, bright rooms. These are some pretty good signs of spatial safety. And number 4, consider the home's history. You don't have to believe in ghosts or demons to understand that places carry stories. So ask questions and look deeper. Here's what I've learned. Homes that sell fast not only look good, but they feel good. They feel safe. They invite you in instead of pushing you away. And your brain will know the difference even if you can't explain it. So if you've ever walked into a place and felt like maybe someone was watching you, now you know. It's not in your head, it's in your wiring. And maybe, just maybe, that fear is trying to protect you from making a decision that your heart's not quite ready for. If you're navigating a home search and you want to feel confident, not just about numbers, but the space itself, I'd love to help. Like this video if it resonated with you, and subscribe for more real estate / real life wisdom and maybe some entertainment. And comment below, what's the weirdest home energy that you've ever felt? I'll see you at the closing table.